Hello everyone, Rurikhan here coming at you with another First Impressions video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Dragon's Crown. Now you guys might be wondering why it took me so long to actually get a hold of this game, and the reason for that is that I've actually gotten a review copy from Nippon Ichi Software America. They are the same guys who have provided me with a copy of Persona 4 Golden, if you guys remember that particular First Impressions. And they also provided me with a review copy of Dragon's Crown, the European version, because that is the reason why I've kind of been holding off so long to actually do my first impressions, because the European version has been under embargo until this very day, which, according to my plans, this video should be released on the 4th of October. At least that is my plan, so let's hope that everything goes according to plan in regards to my ISP and all that stuff, because you guys know I tend to have problems with my internet. Anyways, we are playing the Dwarf, obviously, because you guys know when there are dwarfs, it actually is not a choice for me. And before I actually start talking about the different mechanics of the game and the intricacies of the game and all this stuff that you can actually do while you're in town and whatnot, let's actually just go to a level and show you guys some gameplay, because there's a lot of stuff to see in this title. But I want to start it off with some action as opposed to actually just starting it off with me babbling on for like 10 minutes or so. So one of the first things that you will notice is that the game definitely has a very beautiful art style, in my opinion anyways. I know that some people are going to disagree. There's also been people who say, oh, it looks like a Flash game, and to be completely honest, give me just a second.
It is said that fearsome monsters are captive in the depths of this hazardous, trap-filled maze.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I just had to stop because of the text that was going on, but as I was saying, a lot of people have been saying, oh, the game almost looks like a Flash game. And to be completely honest, those people that say that are probably not that familiar with previous Vanillaware titles, because last time I've seen Flash games didn't look this good. I love the art style in this game. There's also been a lot of controversy in regards to the art style, and you guys kind of already know my position on that. I've been pretty much... Oh, wow. Ouch. That really hurt. You guys already know my position on the art style controversy, to be completely honest. I've always said that developers should have freedom of choice so long as it's not outright pornographic. And even if it's outright pornographic, so long as it's properly age-gated, it's perfectly fine by me. But yeah.
And the door magically closed fast.
There is a narrator in this game, so you guys will hear me stop commentary a lot of the time so that you guys can enjoy the narration.
The torch on the wall could be used to great effect.
You don't say that. The torch on the wall can be used to great effect. So basically this room that we just entered in is a trap. Haven't really done a lot of commentary on the gameplay, so I'm going to be trying to focus on that from now on. Okay, here's the key to exit the trap, so let's just break everything down to size, pick up the key, open the door, and get the hell out of Dodge. So you guys are noticing a couple of characters joining on my party here. Now these particular characters are NPC characters. You can have both player characters as well as NPC characters in this game. You can play this multiplayer cooperatively with your friends and whatnot. And you can also get NPCs to help you out. So that, you know, the game was basically designed around the idea of cooperative play. So they want to allow you to cooperate even with NPC if you happen not to have any friends. Now, me personally, I'm just playing offline because my current internet is not really going to help me when it comes to online gaming. So I really don't want to do the game any disservice by showing you guys a bunch of lagged stuff.
Out and begins talking. Ricky, the magician's apprentice, needs your help once again. He says that wayward wizards have waylaid the labyrinth again. There must be a reason mages keep attacking. Which path will you take?
Okay, so here's the thing. As you go through the game, you will eventually get to a point where all of the levels that you go into are going to be randomly generated. Not really randomly generated, but are going to be randomly selected for you. As you guys notice, I went through a gate before we started this level, and I went up to a specific level. I didn't really choose the level, it was chosen for me. And once you get to that point in the game, you're actually allowed to go to different locations within that labyrinth. So you can either go to this section, which I haven't really been to, and I'm not going to because I think I'm only level 18 or something. Maybe I'm 19. I'm not 100% sure. But the boss on this level is a boss that I haven't fought yet, and he's a level 20. And then there's this boss who's going to be a Doom Beetle level 17. Now, I can't take on the Doom Beetle. You can also switch your bags around. This is basically different gear kits that you basically build out for your character. You can build multiple of them. I only built one so far because I haven't really gotten that much loot. So we'll be taking my bag 1 gear. Now, if you guys notice, every now and then you will see this hand popping up. That's actually me controlling it through the right stick. And why do I need this hand to pop up? If you guys notice, there's a chest there. Now, my character can't open the chest. None of the playable characters can open the chest. But you see this little guy over here? He's kind of like a rogue. He's always going to be with your party. Oh, damn it. Enemies. Let's just take care of this real fast. Okay. Wow, there's more of them. Okay. Excuse me. If you guys notice, my playstyle with this character is basically I pick up people and then I throw them down. That is one of the many playstyles that you can do as a dwarf. You can also focus on doing these types of attacks. You can focus on doing your special attack and then doing more damage with your fists. There's a ton of stuff that you can do. As I was saying, every now and then you will see this hand pop up. And what this hand does is you can actually click places and tell your rogue friend to go and do stuff. Like, for instance, your rogue friend can open this chest. There we go. And we get a treasure rank E, which is pretty bad. This is like the Asian ranking of stuff, so E is pretty terrible. And then there's also something that you will find as you go through the game further, which are runes. So basically I'm going to click here, then here, these are 2 runes, and then you can complete this with one of your own runes. I have these 4 runes that I can complete it with. I'm going to try this one. I still don't know all the rune recipes. That didn't really do much. Let's try this one. That didn't do much either. I think that the one that I have to do here is actually this, right? Yep. And when you get the rune combination right, which I still don't know a lot, you're going to get a bonus or a buff or whatever. And something that you're also going to find as you progress through the game is these little bones. And I'm going to pick this up. Just remember that we picked up these bones, and further up ahead in the game I will tell you how these bones work. Now, the rogue also opens doors. So you need him every now and then to go ahead and open up a door for you in order to progress. As you can see, there's another rune thing there. And as I was saying, my playstyle is basically picking up people and throwing them because I've actually invested a lot of points in a specific skill. Yes, this game has RPG elements. As a matter of fact, a lot of you guys might be thinking, RPG elements, isn't this just like your usual side-scrolling brawler? No, it is far from that. This game is amazing. I've been really having a blast with this game. As you see, nope. Probably gonna have to do S again. No, it's not S. Interesting. Then it's probably a rune that I haven't done yet. How about this? This doesn't work either. Let's try again. How about this one? There we go. What does this one do? PAC? Potency and durability. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and open this door. Now here there's actually a treasure that I've never been able to open. I've always wondered what I'm supposed to do here, but either way. Here's the enemies. Now, as I was saying, my playstyle is basically picking up people. There are different playstyles that you can have, and depending on which character, also another set of bones. Remember that 2 sets of bones you picked up so far. But there's a lot more. Wait a second. I need a couple of runes here. No, I need to figure this thing out. So let's see. Wait a second. Maybe I can press. I never know how to get access to this particular chest. I'm always like, oh, I gotta figure this out. So we have a D over there. I don't see any other rune words. There's probably going to be a ton of people that have already played the game because the game has been out for quite some time in the US. And they already know how to get this thing done, but I still don't. So let's try and do DSA. No? Okay, how about D? What's this one? Oh, it's the opposite. Interesting. Well, I'm not really going to waste that much time trying to figure it out. I'm just going to press this Nothing happens, and I'm going to leave. But I'll eventually have to stay here for quite a long time trying out rune combinations and whatnot and figuring out how the hell does that work. Also, every now and then throughout the scenery, you will find hidden items, so you have to hover your hand over them to actually get access to them. Another corpse.
Destroy the fungi and other twisted creatures here in order to prevent the fungus forest from spreading further.
So we got a couple of mushrooms here, and we also have a rune. We have runes all over the place. Now I start noticing them because I've only recently had access to the rune mechanics, so I haven't really had a lot of experience with them. This is still normal difficulty, by the way, because the game you kind of start off in normal and then you can advance into harder difficulty levels, kind of like Diablo, if you know how that works. Either way, let's set this thing on fire, and now we can have the rogue open this door. Every now and then you will find secret passages and stuff like that if you're paying close attention to what's going down. Oh, I found what that rune was supposed to be. This is the Phoenix Incantation. Grants, I'm sorry. And another corpse. Corpses also have messages, and we're going to be freeing this fairy spirit, whatever these things are called. Wow, another corpse. We've picked up how many? 4 corpses so far? And here's another NPC. NPCs will randomly join in on your party, assuming that you've resurrected them, and you will see what I mean by that in a short while. Oh, I love doing my aerial attack thing. It's lovely. And like I said, my playstyle is picking up people and throwing them up. And you guys might be thinking, well, is that really going to be viable for boss fights? Yes, because in boss fights, they usually either give you minions so that you can throw the minions at the boss, or they'll have a rock there just for the dwarf. The dwarf is the only character that I'm aware of that can actually pick up and throw people and just pick up and throw things. Because I don't have to just throw people. I can throw pretty much anything. So that's pretty cool. And it's a playstyle that I've been really enjoying. It's just like, how cool is it? Like, you run into a bunch of mobs, you pick one of them up, and then you beat them up with their own people. It's like, I'm gonna beat you up with your own friend. How do you feel about that? I think that's funny, and it just reflects the brutal nature of dwarves. Okay, let's keep on going through here, smashing up a couple more people. Now, if you go with different classes, your play experience is going to be extremely different. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be showing you guys 2 classes, the dwarf and the elf. You guys might be wondering, why the elf? Well, because if I were to make a secondary character, it will most likely be a fighter, but the fighter is also a melee, and I wanted to show you guys some ranged. So that is going to be what we're going to be doing next. I mean, you guys can see some ranged action going on screen right now. It's actually kind of hard every now and then to maintain a grasp of where your character actually is. Oh, we got a bunch of people here. But besides just grabbing people, I can actually still do just a big amount of damage if I do my special. The thing about doing my special is I actually lose my weapon. So if you notice there, I was without a weapon for a while, and then I had to go and pick my weapon back up again. Wow, that's a nice combo you guys got going there. Holy crap. Don't let the guy fall down or anything. Keep wailing on him. Why not? Beat the crap out of these guys. Now, in terms of story, I'm not really going to say a whole lot about the story. Number one, because I haven't really been paying that much attention to it, if I'm being really honest. But also because I don't want to spoil you guys or anything. So I'm just going to show you guys a couple of levels so that you guys get a nice feel for the game and show you some of the mechanics. So you guys have seen some of the playstyles, but now, wow, more bones. We've picked up a whole bunch of bones. Let's do an aerial strike as well. If you guys notice, every now and then when I do that jumping attack that I'm flying through the air, I actually drop bombs, which is kind of cool. So basically, I like chaining, grabbing people, and then throwing them. Oh, damn it. What the hell happened? Oh, I think we gained a life or something. I don't even know how the guy did it. Maybe he's got an item that does that or something? Interesting. There's still a lot of mechanics that I'm still kind of figuring out. You have a dodge button as well, which is this. Oh, let's pick up another corpse. break some of this stuff. You also get food as you go through the dungeon. If you notice, we just picked up a little bit of food. And if you notice over here where my cursor is right now, that is your food thing, so to speak. And every now and then, if you take damage, you can stop moving. Your character starts eating. And as he eats, he actually regenerates his health, which is pretty cool. Now then, let's keep going onward. And here's the boss fight. And like I said, they give you a rock in case you're a dwarf. Because now I can actually... Or you can also grab minions. Oh, this minion actually transforms into a cocoon, so... Let's go ahead and beat up on this cocoon before it actually transforms. Do a lot of damage on the boss with my special attack. And if, as you can see, I now don't have any weapons. That is a viable playstyle as well. You can always just buff your damage with punches and then just get... Okay, here's the rock. Then just get the attack that takes away your weapons. Also, I gotta pick up my weapons again. Oh, you bastard. And I also have a special skill, which is a barrel, if you guys notice over here. And I can actually use that. Summons an explosive barrel. Then I can pick up the barrel and throw it at the boss. And that just did 2,000 damage. Isn't that cool? Let's do that again. Boom. That didn't really do that much damage this time around. I also have another skill that allows me to... Oops. That allows me to add damage to my weapons. So now I'm actually doing additional fire damage. Get over here. And die. There you go. So this is like a typical level of... Okay, so this... Damn you, narrator.
Now the spores will be contained.
Okay, so this is a typical level in Dragon's Crown, and you will do a whole bunch of these levels as you play throughout the game. Now here comes the part where you start really getting into the RPG of things and whatnot. So after each run, you get the choice to either continue the adventure, which means you can go on another run of another random level, or you can go back to town. Now if you go on another run, it's going to increase your obtained gold by 175, and the more runs you make, the more money you'll make, the more stuff you'll get, and all of that. On this particular run, we got 3,000 gold, and we're going to be returning to town because I want to do some more stuff. But once you return to town, this screen is going to appear, and this tells you how much XP you've gotten, if you leveled up or not. We just leveled up to level 19, as you can see here. And I've also completed a quest, apparently. It wasn't this time, it was on a previous mission that I've done. And then you get your spoils. So these are random spoils that you get as you go throughout the level. Something that I've noticed is that when you're playing single player, you'll usually only get weapons specific to your character. Every now and then I've gotten weapons for different characters, but most of the time I get weapons for my own character. And as you can see here, this is the kind of this is the quality of the loot that I'm getting. And here you can decide to straight off sell your item or to identify it. And if you notice, this is where the game carefully balances out your expertise in recognizing whether or not this is an item you want, because appraising this particular item is going to cost me 1,000 gold. Selling it is going to net me 470 gold. So if I appraise it and then sell it, I'm at a loss. So you kind of need to make decisions on whether you want to buy this stuff or not before you actually, not really buy, but whether or not you want to keep this stuff before you actually appraise it. So if we notice here, we see that the rank of this item is rank D, if you notice to the right side there. So usually I don't like items rank D because they're pretty crappy. Probably the only thing it's going to do is it's going to do a little bit more damage than the weapon I have, so that's not that great. And it also requires level 20, so I'm not going to be able to use it just yet. So I'm like, well, whatever, I'll just sell this off. And then we have this, which is also D, and it's for level 17, so it's pretty crappy. We've gotten pretty crappy loot here. We've gotten a B rating amulet. I'm not exactly sure how good my amulet is, but this one only has one magical property, so it doesn't seem that amazing either. Then we have a belt. This belt can be used, if you guys notice, it also tells you which characters can actually use the gear that I've picked up. This belt can be used by the fighter, by the dwarf, and by the magician. Is he a magician or a sorcerer? I can't tell. Either way, he's the male spellcaster. This is rank E, so it's terrible. We're going to just flat out sell that. This is rank D19. It's pretty crap as well. This is B18, so this should be somewhat decent. So we're going to appraise this. that's going to identify and it's going to tell you what this does. So it's got 18 defense, reduces your stun time by 11%. I'm not sure if that's better than what I have or not, but I'm going to obtain it. And if it's not that good, I will eventually sell it. Now, once you're done with the dungeon, you're going to be landing on the tavern. And in the tavern, you can actually form... Oh, we're not in the tavern, never mind. You actually end up in town. But now we're going to go to our equipment here. And let's have a look at our belt. Our belt currently gives us 17 defense, but it's got 6% chance to take half damage. So I actually like this a lot better than the other belt that we've picked up. So it's pointless to even go to the other belt. Like I said, we also have 2 bags. This allows us to have 2 sets of gear. You can go all the way up to 9. You can have 9 different sets of gear, I believe. And like I told you guys, during the mission, if you remember, we picked up a whole bunch of bones. So what do you do with those bones? For starters, there are several things that you can do in the city. I'm actually going to open a map here. So if you notice on the upper section of the screen here, we have the Dragon's Haven Inn, which is where you organize your party. Then you have the Canaan Temple, which is where you come to do stuff with the bones that we've picked up. I will show you guys that in a second. Have Morgan's Magic Item Shop, which we will go to as well. Lucane's Tower, this is where you go to get magical, not magical items, but stuff like runes and certain magical items that you need. You go to Lucane's Tower. I haven't dabbled too much in Lucane's Tower. Adventurers Guilds, this is where you come to learn skills and accept quests. The Castle, this is where you come only on certain quests, like certain special quests will require you to go to the castle and get an audience. Usually quests that kind of progress the story of the game. And then there's the stables. This is because, like I said, at a certain point in the game, when you get to this gate will actually become randomized. Because at the beginning of the game, you can choose where you go to at this gate. But later on in the game, you will not be able to choose where you go to. So instead, you can go to the stables and you can pay to go to specific levels. Or you can go to the gate and you will end up in a random level. So that is really up to the players. But like I said, right now we're going to go to Canaan Temples because I want to show you guys what you do with those bones. So basically those bones are adventurers, and you can resurrect them, and then you can have them join your party. So right here we have Ishmael, who is a level 20. I usually just keep the higher level adventurers. This time around, though, I don't really feel like keeping any of these guys, because even though they're high level, they're not really going to do me much good. But yeah, you can basically resurrect these and have them join your party at the tavern. Now, I'm actually going to resurrect Caroline just as an example here.
Allow this heart to beat again. Quench their thirst. Lead the wandering soul back. Reverse death. And awaken them.
Caroline, much obliged. The adventurer was resurrected. You can take them on your adventure with you by inviting them to your party at the Dragon's Haven Inn. Now, I'm going to bury the remaining of these. It's like, usually if you're interested in having one of these guys join your party, you resurrect them, you donate something to the temple here, and they will resurrect these people for you, and then you can use them in your party. If, however, you're not interested, you can just bury them, and I'm going to bury all of these guys. I know it's really selfish, but that's the way the game kind of works. Anyways, let me show you now how you actually get one of those guys to join your party. So now you go over here to the Dragon's Haven Inn. And this is basically where you can choose the people that join your party if you want your party with NPCs. So like, for instance, we just resurrected Caroline, so we can get Caroline to join us. And this is Caroline. And now when we exit the tavern here, Caroline will be in our party. Now, as you go to levels, usually if you have enough of an NPC buffer, so to speak, if you have enough NPCs in your party there, they will start joining up as you progress through the level automatically, despite the fact that maybe you want to do it alone. If you really want to do it alone, you can actually set the slots that people can join in. You can set those to not join, and you can do stuff alone, so it's not like you're forced to take them. I just keep those open and let whoever I have in my roster just join me every now and then. So this character is basically going to follow me around. This is one of the characters that was very that caused a lot of controversy when it came down to the art style. This is Morgan's Magic Item Shop, which I told you I would also show you. This is where you can also come to appraise items. Say you didn't want it to appraise it at the time, and you just picked it up and didn't even appraise it. You can come over here and appraise it. This is also where you repair your equipment. I'm going to fix everything. And this is also where you can come to sell items. So we're going to be selling the full... What's this? What level is this? 15? Wow, this is crap. Also have this stout dual mantle. It's pretty crap. And the unbroken leather belt, which is what we just got. So we're going to sell that as well. And then you can also buy items like potions and stuff. I haven't really fooled around with potions that much because I haven't really felt the need for it yet. But yeah, here is where you can do that. Then you have Lucane's Tower. You can come up to Lucane. I'm not really going to show Lucane's Tower, but basically that's where you go to get certain magical items as well as runes. This is the Adventurers Guild. You come here to manage quests and whatnot.
Go back.
So as you can see, I've received a reward because I did one of the quests, which was Must Love Hellhounds. Also, whenever you do a quest, you get a little artwork, and it will also get a description of the particular artwork that you see in front of you. I don't really want to spoil that much, so we're going to be skipping through that. And then there's a whole bunch of more quests that you can accept. Now, I have all of these quests accepted. I haven't accepted this one yet because I can't accept any more quests. So we're going to be just having these ones for now. Oh yeah, there is also something I forgot to tell you guys about over here, which is this is also where you learn skills. So there's skills very specific to your class. So if you go on to Dwarf skills, which is my class, we have Power Bomb, which is the skill that basically I've been leveling up like mad. Speaking of which, I can level it up again. Sweet. Power Bomb, baby. Power Bomb is basically when I grab people and throw them on the floor, that makes it do more damage. Like I said, there's also this thing, which is Lethal Fists, which is if you really like using the special attack, with the one that he basically slammed the hammers into the ground. You can have this because it's going to increase your damage when you're not really using any weapons. There's a whole bunch of more skills that you have for your dwarf. And then there are also skills that are common. And depending on how you select the skills that you have, you're going to be changing up your playstyle. So basically your playstyle changes according to the skills you have as well as to the character that you're playing with. So you can have a dwarf and you can have a different playstyle than mine. It's just Power Slam is the one thing that I like the most. Then like I told you, there's the stables. You can come up to the stables. Here you can also practice. You can beat on these characters. I don't think you can pick... Oh yes, I can. But basically, this is the place where you can come to practice if you want to practice a specific combo or something. There, you can come over here and practice that. Then there's the stables, which basically you can pay a set amount to go to a specific level if you so desire. And then there's the gate, which takes you to a random level. But now I want to show you guys a different class. So let's go back to the bar and let me select a different character so that you guys can see that the play style is very, very different. Actually, what I wanted is select player, and let's select this character. Wow, I can choose allies from the other character's pool. That's kind of unfair. I can basically go through the game like a boss then and just have like, oh, I'll just take Caroline and whatever, so. Interesting. Although, I wonder if you even get penalized for that. Either way, they're going to be helping me out through this quest because I'm not that good at playing the elf anyways, so yeah.
You accepted a new request from the guild.
We did? Where are we supposed to go? Aw, damn it. We're supposed to go to the castle, but I don't want to go to the castle right now. I just want to go to a level. So let's instead go straight on to the gate, and let's go do the very first level of the game. Which I think that the level we just did... No, it wasn't the first one. Okay, so we're good. So one of the things I definitely like art style. I also really like the music. The music is very, very nice. It's kind of catchy. It kind of stays with you as you go through the game.
The ruins of the old Elysian temple.
Yes.
Some quiescent, some far less so.
Okay, so like I told you, this is going to be a very different playstyle. So this character is more about really being agile and beating on people. And you guys are like, why is she an archer if she's using melee combos, really? She doesn't just use melee combos. It's just I'm not that adept at really playing this character efficiently. But I can have arrows as well. If you guys notice here, like, it's not this one, it's circle. Oh yeah, it's a circle, okay. So basically whenever I press circle, I can actually shoot arrows, and I can even charge that up. Oh wow, this dwarf is going to make things really easy. Can I just kick him? Can't I kick you? Because he's like level 20 or something, or level 19. So that's not going to be very fair. But yeah, As you can see, completely different playstyle, and a lot of you guys might be thinking, oh, but this is just like button mash. Trust me, it is so much more than button mashing that it's not even funny. There's so much more stuff to it, so much depth to the combat. I can't even explain it all to you.
Cargo is various articles from ships that had been reported missing.
It's my turn. Oh yeah.
Let's open this. Hey, Rogue, open that.
Simple.
Bear in mind, some chests can be booby-trapped. But yeah, this is pretty much how you get your loot in game. You get your rogue to basically go to all the places that you can go and loot everything. And if you notice that little shining thing there, that is one of the items I told you guys about that you have to hover your hand over. You can also pick up weapons and use weapons throughout the game. But I'm not really a big fan of using other weapons. I prefer using the weapons my character has. As you can see, the Dwarf is also using a crossbow there. Oh, look, runes, which I can't even use with this character yet. This character has no runes. Oh, hello. That's a nice little spider. Charge my arrows. And there's more than just combos to the game. There's also like, wow, look at all the stuff we just got here. There's also, man, I really should have played this character solo because these guys are just overpowered. But there's more than combos. There's also specific abilities, like for instance, if I just tap square, this is what I'm going to get. But if I type up in square, my character does this attack. If I type down in square, my character does this. If I press the circle, you get this. If you hold the circle, it charges it up. If you go to the air, you press circle, you can actually aim the damn arrow, which is really cool. You can also shoot upwards if you so desire, and then the arrow comes down, as you can see, and does a little bit of damage there. On this character, also, the arrows are limited. And if you have a sorcerer, it has a different mechanic that I honestly don't even know how the spellcasters work yet. But basically, the key aspect here is that different characters are going to provide you with different playstyles and different experiences. There are a ton of levels for you to have fun in, and several difficulties, because the very first difficulty is actually pretty easy, at least up until this point. Also, there are several secret passageways. Like right here, you'd be like, yep, just keep going forward. Really? What about this?
As you investigate the wall painting, you detect that the area behind the wall has been hollowed out.
Oh. Hollowed out? What could this mean? It means if you kick on it for a while, it's actually going to open up. And once it opens up, you can go inside, and there's a secret room, and there's probably going to be treasure here. Yep, like I said, there's the treasure. Go for it, Rogue. Open that stuff up. Oh, enemies incoming. Man, I really do feel awkward with the bow thing. I'm just so much used to... I'm just so used to basically grabbing people and throwing them with my dwarf that I cannot get used to the whole bow and arrow thing. But yeah, this character is for... This particular character is for someone that is most likely not like me. Also, in terms of skills and spells and stuff like that, usually spells in this game kind of work with limited uses. Like if you guys remember when I used the barrel on my dwarf, it had 3 uses. That's pretty much a skill, and I think that's kind of how spells work as well. Now, arrows work a little bit differently. As you can see, at all times I have 10 arrows. I'm not sure if you can actually upgrade that through skills or not, because I haven't played this character that much. But you can then pick up arrows from enemies or loot crates, and here's the boss. I think these guys are just going to make short work of the boss. But I'm going to be throwing my skill as well, regardless. Aw, damn it. I didn't release fast enough. Wow, look at that spell that the sorcerer was casting. That was pretty damn powerful.
There seem to be more nests similar to this one spread throughout the area. You exit the area, taking care to avoid...
And then once again, you get the whole loot aspect. I'm not really that interested in leveling up this particular character. I'm just playing it for fun so that I could show you guys a different class. So I'm going to be just selling everything, whatever. Your gold is shared throughout all of your characters. Wow, there's actually fighter shields in here. Interesting, because the fighter is actually a character that I eventually want to make one as well, because you guys know me. I just love melee, not that big into ranged stuff. So I'm going to be switching back to my dwarf, but the video has gone on for quite some time. So my first impressions of Dragon's Crown is the game is solid. If you like what you see on screen, most likely you're going to like the game. It is most definitely not a game for everyone because it does involve quite a bit of repetition through the form that you will be going through the same levels a couple of times. Particularly if you really enjoy the loot mechanic and if you want to get better equipment for your character, you're going to be doing the same levels, kind of grinding things out. There's also quests for doing in the same levels. As a matter of fact, usually whenever you do a main quest in a level, there will be a side quest that you can also do for that same level. So usually, if you're a completionist and if you really want to do everything, you're going to be doing the same level twice for the first time that those levels are presented to you. So just keep that in mind as you advance through the game. You can also skip this kind of little this little cinematic there at the entrance of the level.
Sailors dread passing through this area. There are myriad tales of ships disappearing here.
There we go. Get rid of that bat. Aw, we missed the rune. I wanted to get the rune effect. Damn it, I really need to start memorizing these runes because it's annoying trying to figure out what each of these things does. So what's this? Is this the wind protection thing? Generate weapon stash. Oh, I don't even like weapons. But whatever. Maybe someone would like to take that. Either way, Mr. Rogue, pick that up. And we're going to be doing our attack of Power Slam. I love the Power Slam. I mean, come on, what's not to like about... Oh, what the hell are you doing, good sir? Also, if you are good enough with the controllers, once you actually get familiar with it, you can actually recover from getting hit. Kind of like in fighter games, you know how when you know specific controls, you can actually recover from hits while mid-air. It's kind of the same thing here if you press dodge while you're recovering from an attack. Oh, you guys see that combo? Wasn't that amazing? Where are you going? Oh, he's already dead. Never mind. Hello. Ha! Those bats thought they could get the drop on me. And then you can get such intricate combos going that I really like. Like, you saw that? Me just, like, flying up and then coming down, and then beating on it, and then basically moving back up again. This is the kind of stuff that you can expect to do in Dragon's Crown. The combat system is surprisingly... It's surprisingly deep because there's a lot of stuff that you can actually do with your character, and doing the wrong thing will easily get you killed. Button mashing will definitely not work. Like, you might be thinking that what I'm doing here is button mashing. It is not at all. Like, I have to actually press up, I have to make sure that my character is in the correct orientation, press square at the same time, and then I have to kind of do a jump and throw them down. That is the only way to activate Power Slam. Because the other throws, like for instance just grabbing him and throwing him, that doesn't really activate Power Slam as far as I can tell. This does. If you guys notice the little white circle when they go down, that's the Power Slam skill. Which this dwarf seems that he doesn't actually have the Power Slam skill, which is a damn shame, but...
A beautiful voice in the sea calls out to you. You'd heard of the mermaid's legendary curiosity.
We're going to be skipping through this, but basically... This is, again, the game's provocative art style. Now, whether or not this is a problem for people is really up to each and everyone's mentality.
According to the mermaid, the pirates scattered throughout the islands use this area as a hub for trade amongst themselves. Rumors claim that among their treasures is a magic lamp that can call forth a genie.
And there we go, beating up on these guys. Got to be careful with these guys because they'll actually grab you. And yes, I can also grab the big one if you're wondering. I just can't grab bosses. At least none of the bosses that I've found so far. I couldn't grab them. Just tossing these guys aside. We also have a bunch of rooms here. I wonder what we can do with this. Is this going to work? Nope. So how about this, this, and this? That doesn't work either. This, and this. Wow, it has to be the last one. Because I believe that I have all the runes that you can possibly get, so... Yep. Whatever this is. The True Fist. Attack of bare-fisted attacks increases greatly. Wow, that's great. I don't really plan on losing my weapons right now, so that's not that useful. But yeah, this is Dragon's Crown. Let me know what you guys think about it. I'm not really going to show you the boss at this particular level. You guys have already seen a boss. And showing bosses and kind of showing you the strategies that you need to employ kind of spoils the game a little bit. So I've already shown you one boss. I haven't really shown you any of the story yet, which is good because I do not want to show you the story. I believe that the story in this game should be experienced. And I also believe that the game's strong point is actually the gameplay. I mean, imagine playing this with 4 people. You can also do it couch co-op or online co-op. It all depends on what you really want to do. However, in order to unlock the online co-op, you actually have to play your character for a little bit to actually gain access to that. You don't just gain access to it straight up. Hello. And there's more to the game than just fighting. There's sequences where you have to, like, fly a magic carpet. There's sequences where you have to pilot a boat. And yes, it does work, and you still have to fight while you're doing those things. And I love it. But then again, here's the thing. I love the art style. I love the exaggerated art style. And, like, regardless of the sexualization or whatever, because I know that people say, oh, the sorceress with those big boobs and the ass and all that stuff. And it's like, look at this dwarf. He's just a friggin' piece of muscle. He might as well be a piece of iron for all we care. He might as well be made of stone. As a matter of fact, he has that thing which is kind of like stone form. Isn't it even called stone form? I don't know. But the thing is, look, the male characters are exaggerated as well. Why do you have to focus? Why do you have to focus on the female characters? Seriously. But then again, that subject has been debated and re-debated and all that stuff. So, really, to me, it doesn't offend me at all. I don't really care about any of that stuff. It is their vision, and I like it. And I love this dwarf. This dwarf is friggin' amazing. I mean, look at this. This reminds me of the Troll Slayers from Warhammer Fantasy Battles, which is, as you guys probably know by now, Slayers were like my favorite characters of all time. As a matter of fact, there's also a version of this character that has kind of like a brown beard that almost looks like orange. And I almost wanted to have that one instead. But this one has the cool crimson cape, so that's the thing. You can also customize, as you can see, the other dwarf is different colors. You can customize your character's colors. There's an amount of colors that you guys kind of have so that not everyone looks the same. You can also customize the messages that show up when you join someone else's game. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of customization and fooling around that you can do. And I know that a lot of you guys are thinking, so Rurikhan, is there going to be a playthrough of this on your channel? I'm still thinking about it. It is definitely something that I would like to do. The reason why I haven't really started recording it yet is because I don't want to do just the normal difficulty, because especially now that I kind of know how the game works at this point, it is really easy for me to just go through the normal difficulty, so that wouldn't really be challenging. I'm thinking of going either through the second or third difficulty, but the thing is, the second one is also fairly easy according to what ENB said. He said things only really get tricky on the third difficulty. So we'll see how these things go once I get to the second difficulty. But most likely I'm considering for myself the second difficulty because you want to strike that balance of a little bit of challenge together with not too abusive of challenge so that I can keep on entertaining commentary as we progress through the game. But yeah, that is actually going to be it because I think I'm pretty close to the boss. Or is this the one that we go on the magic carpet? Oh, this might just be the one we go on the magic carpet, actually. I can't really remember. There's a whole bunch of more bones. Oh, you need fire to get rid of these guys. Which is why I'm kind of moving here. Picking up this torch. Pick up the torch. Pick it up. These ghosts will only die with fire. Any more ghosts? Well, it doesn't seem like it, so I'm going to drop this damn torch. I'm going to drop that torch like a bad habit. Oh, I did not know that this chick had magic. I saw that. She, like, threw lightning and stuff. Let's drop a couple of bombs on these dudes. Hello. Oh, we got some more ghosts. Pick up the torch again. Set the ghosts on fire. This torch is actually not that good. Oh, damn it, I'm getting grabbed. Let go of me. Yes, it does get chaotic on screen every now and then, especially if you have multiple characters in there. And we just got our fourth character even, which is actually Caroline.
Let's see.
Pick up this corpse here. We got some more ghosts. Pick up the torch there. Just checking to see if we pick up all the loot. You always want to pick up all the loot. You guys know how I roll. Burn you to the ground. But yeah, that's actually going to be it for this particular video. As per usual, give me your feedback, comments, all that kinds of good stuff in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.